Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures.
You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording.
This weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?
Avast, me hearties, an all-new Dead and Buried Treasures featuring Captain Calico Drake and the crew of the Swashbucklers Haunt is up next.
Ha! All right, I'll do it. But I want a building named after me and no green M&Ms in my dressing room.
Where it's Halloween all year long.
Who is this? I
2,
am Captain Calico Drake.
1.
Avast, ye landlubbers, and welcome to the hottest ticket on television. The award-winning Dead and Buried Treasures. How do I know that? Well, they gave us an award, or a plaque, or something, that says so. Anyway, but I digress. I am Calico Drake, Captain of the Swashbucklers Haunt. And this is our Haunted Weekends, of course, where every weekend I bring you the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem. And tonight we bring you another film that will surely make your skin crawl. Right, Jack?
If you say so, sir.
Jack? Now what's the matter?
A lot of our films are scary, sir, but hardly skin-crawling.
Oh, Jack. When I host these monster movies with you and Mr. Bones and Gertie and everyone else, I promise you that it makes my skin crawl.
Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
I think.
Besides, I can also tell you for a fact there is a blood-curdling scream in the first 3 seconds of tonight's film that will surely change your mind.
I doubt it.
Oh, I've heard it, Jack. It's very creeping. Terrifying, even.
Screams don't scare me, Captain. Why would they? It's just someone asking for help. Really loudly.
Really? Nothing?
Nope.
What's wrong with you, you robot?
Captain, are you still wearing your blood pressure monitor?
Huh? Oh, yes. It still beeps and blings when me blood pressure is off the charts. It's designed to keep me what do they call it? Adrenaline levels in check, so I don't have a heart attack. It keeps me calm.
Let's see how loud it gets when you hear that scream you were telling me about.
Excuse me just one second, Jack. Can you take over for a second? I'm getting a text.
Sure. We're live here. Tonight's movie stars, a legend in the industry, me hearties, Mr. Vincent Price.
Yuck.
Captain?
I'm sorry, me hearties. I just got a drunk text from me ex. At least I hope she was drunk.
Jasmine?
Nope.
Bernadine?
Nope.
Her sister?
Nope. The other one.
Her cousin?
Nope, before her.
That therapist.
Oh, no, she rubbed me the wrong way. Get it, Jack? Rubbed me the wrong way.
The pediatrician?
Nope.
The podiatrist?
Cray.
Foot doctor?
I said before that.
Jacqueline?
Getting warmer.
Jessica?
Nope.
Josephine?
Hell no.
Jocelyn?
After her.
Jennifer? Well, that's all the J's.
No, there's one more.
Samantha? Oh no, you can't possibly mean, Juliana. Captain, your blood pressure.
Well, what do you think I'm doing, Jack?
Captain, hit the reset button.
Oh, yeah.
Breathe, sir.
I am.
Breathe.
You know, I used to look at her and wonder to myself, was I drunk our entire relationship? Stupid rum goggles.
What did she want?
Well, I may have been keeping a little secret from you, Jack.
Secret? What secret?
Well, I can't tell you or else it wouldn't be a secret, Jack.
Come on!
No.
Tell me!
Jack, I listened to Mr. Bones ask me for a cookie for 3 straight hours yesterday. Do you honestly believe that you can break me?
What if I tell you one of my secrets?
Oh, silly. You don't have any secrets. You never shut up.
Please? Please?
Well, I may have left her at the altar.
What?
I know.
Captain, how could you do that?
I know. I mean, I talked to her about it, you know. Called it quits.
Well, that's good.
With a text.
What?
But it was a really good text. Wait a second. See?
I don't think it's a good idea for us to even be friends anymore. I'm sorry, and I want you to understand. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
See? Good, right? I wanted to be truthful.
Can your grandma still do my taxes, though? I would really appreciate it. Captain!
I know. I'm like female candy. I'm too sweet.
What did she say?
The island of dead and buried treasures is straight ahead, Captain!
Standard landing procedure, Mr. Bones. Ready the longboats.
Aye, aye, sir. How could you, sir?
She did write me. You know, after.
What did she say then?
She asked me to sign out of her Netflix account.
Oh,
I mean, I did, you know. But then she said, thanks, and she missed me.
what did you say?
That I missed Netflix.
Captain!
I asked her if she hated me.
And?
She said she didn't exactly hate me.
Well, that's good.
But if I were on fire and she were a garden hose, she'd wash her car.
So you were married to her, is that correct, Captain?
Oh, no. Faked my own death.
What?
No. I just left.
Well, that was clean.
Yes, for all I know, she got married again or something.
Or still thinks you're engaged somehow.
Oh, no. I took care of that.
How?
Faked my own death.
Sir, I think she might still think you're alive since she sent you that text message.
Perhaps, but you don't know her the way that I did. Maybe that's why she texted me, Jack.
Oh boy. Why did she text you to begin with?
Well, she said she was in town and wanted to get together or something like that.
Well, that's not so bad.
Are you kidding? All she needs is to ride in on 4 horsemen and we've got an apocalypse.
Captain, your blood pressure. Hit the reset button.
Yes. Got it. Handy little device. Got the idea from one of my movie heroes, Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
Who?
Well, one day, Jack, I was watching movies here on the island, you know, when we weren't working on a weekend, and came across the entire Smokey and the Bandit franchise.
Oh yes, Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason.
Right. And I saw the sheriff had one of those blood pressure monitors when the bandit would get on his nerves, and I thought to myself, I needed one of those when you get on mine, so to blend in with modern technology, I thought I would try it.
Captain, that was over 40 years ago.
So?
Times have changed.
Not for me, blood pressure. Not for this show.
Captain, you haven't seen her for a while. Maybe your ex has changed a bit. Let's get your mind off of it. What's tonight's movie?
Tonight's movie, me fiends, is a classic. And Vincent Price has all the answers. Tonight, we present you with the 1959 Scarefest, House on Haunted Hill.
Well, you said you like to be scared, sir.
I know. As I've told you, Jack, the opening 5 seconds has the most blood-curdling scream you'll ever hear. Good enough for me. So enjoy, me hearties. And we'll be back as soon as you clean your shorts.
ghosts are moving tonight, restless, hungry. May I introduce myself? I'm Watson Pritchard. In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world. Since it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it. Since then, I've owned the house. I've only spent 1 night there, and when they found me in the morning, I was almost dead.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party. She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited. If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000, or your next of kin in case you don't survive. Ah, but here come our other guests. It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars. She's so amusing. Her sense of humor is, shall we say, original. I dreamed up the hearse. It's empty now, but after a night in the house on Haunted Hill, who knows? This is Lance Schroeder, a test pilot, so no doubt a brave man. But don't you think you can be much braver if you're paid for it? And I happen to know that Lance needs the $10,000 I'll give him, if he's brave enough to stay all night. This is Ruth Bridges. You've no doubt read her column in the newspapers. She says her reason for coming to the party is to write a feature article on ghosts. She's also desperate for money. Gambles. You've already met Watson Pritchard, a man living in mortal fear of a house, and yet he is risking his life to spend another night here. I wonder why. He says for money. This is Dr. David Trent, a psychiatrist. He claims that my ghost will help his work on hysteria. But don't you see a little touch of greed there, around the mouth and eyes? This is Nora Manning. I picked her from the thousands of people who work for me because she needed the $10,000 more than most. Supports her whole family. Isn't she pretty? The party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find the house on Haunted Hill.
very warm welcome, is it?
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
Are we all strangers to each other? Don't you two know each other?
I'm afraid I don't even know your name.
I'm Nora Manning.
Lance Schroeder.
Is Frederick Lauren a friend of yours?
I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him?
No,
Well, then you're the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
And 5 wives, I believe.
4, I think, so far.
A $50,000 party for only 5 people is a little steep, even for a millionaire.
Well, if I were going to haunt anybody, this would certainly be the house I'd do it in.
Who closed the door?
This thing's made of solid steel.
Annabelle, our guests are here, unfortunately still alive. Is your face on yet?
Dust and dirt everywhere, and the water barely trickles. Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
Atmosphere, darling. You know how ghosts are. They never tidy up. Well, that's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable for a party.
I'm not going to the party.
The spend-the-night ghost party was your idea, remember? Since it's going to cost me $50,000, I want you to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why, all these strangers were none of our friends.
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it.
And you call this a party?
Could be.
Why do you always do that? It spoils the champagne.
It might explode.
Never does.
Will you guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. Will you join me?
No, thank you.
Just a sip might improve your humor.
My humor is fine, thanks. And I haven't poisoned it.
It's always good to know that. Have some. You'll enjoy the party more. Go on.
Your trust is so touching. And I'm not going to the party.
Of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
But still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million, tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free. And your possessiveness is maddening.
If ever a man had grounds for divorce,
But can't prove them.
the time will come. You'll slip up one of these days,
Think so?
if I live long enough. You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes, arsenic on the rocks. Annabelle, you'd do it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
Darling, what makes you think that?
Something about you. I hear that hanging is very uncomfortable, in case you get any more ideas. Now, don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, The only ghoul in the house is you.
And don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
This is what she used on my brother and her sister. Hacked them to pieces. We found parts of the bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. The funny thing is the heads have never been found. Hands and feet and things like that. But no heads.
The wife, probably in a rage, threatened her husband with a knife and then, carried away by hysteria, took a swing at him and simply went on from there.
She certainly went on. How many people did she kill, Mr. Pritchard?
Only 2. Her husband and her sister. No one else was here.
So there are 2 loose heads just floating around in here somewhere?
You can hear them at night. They whisper to each other and then cry.
Since our host isn't here, would anyone care to mix me a drink?
Certainly. What will you have?
Good evening. I'm your host, Frederick Lauren. Since we're all strangers to each other, let's get acquainted with a drink, shall we?
Mr. Lauren, I advise you to call this party off now. The ghosts are already moving, and that's a bad sign.
Let me apologize for my wife. She'll join us later. What do you have?
Scotch and...
Doctor?
I'll have the same.
Now, before the party begins, let's go over the details. The caretakers will leave at midnight, locking us in here until they come back in the morning. Once the door is locked, there's no way out. The windows have bars that a jail would be proud of, and the only door to the outside locks like a vault. There's no electricity, no phone, no one within miles, so no way to call for help.
Like a coffin.
So if any of you decide not to stay for the party, you must let me know before midnight. Of course, if you leave, I shan't be able to pay you anything.
I'm interested in your reasons for this, party. Aside from the pleasant company.
Ghosts, Doctor. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost. And now my wife has given us all the opportunity to find out.
Amusing. Ghosts, etc., being only creations of hysteria, your party should be a success.
Well, Pritchard here promises us genuine ghosts.
7 now. Maybe more before morning.
That's cheerful.
4 men have been murdered in this house. And 3 women.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Lauren. 4 of us are men, 3 are women. Well, a ghost for everybody.
And Pritchard, why don't you take us on a tour through the house and let's see what happens, huh?
See that stain? Blood. A young girl was killed here. And whatever got her wasn't human. Don't stand there.
What do you mean? Where?
It's too late. They've marked you.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
Oh, that must be what it is. Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
I hope it doesn't come back.
Well, Mr. Pritchard, you're the life of the party.
He hasn't even started yet. Wasn't there a man who threw his wife into a wine vat or something?
That was in the cellar. There's been a murder almost every place in this house. All this belonged to a Mr. Norton, who didn't die here. He was electrocuted later. Mr. Norton did a good deal of experimenting with wines, but his wife didn't think it was any good. So he filled the vat with acid and threw her in. She was supposed to stay down. But the bones came up. It's a funny thing. But none of the murders here were just ordinary. Just shooting or stabbing. They've all been sort of wild, violent, and different.
Look out!
God, she didn't fall in.
You mean there's still acid in there?
Destroys everything with hair and flesh. It just leaves the bones. My, it's dry and dusty down here.
Well, there's a cure for that upstairs. Come on. How'd you get invited to this party? No. No, go on. I mean, what'd he tell you?
Mr. Lawrence said everybody'd get $10,000.
But he didn't say anything about being locked in.
No.
He just made a deal with me on the phone, but nothing about having to stay.
Aren't you going to stay?
If I don't, I lose $10,000.
I'm going to stay too. $10,000.
Yeah. You believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Well, I agree with what that doc says. You can spook yourself. I've done it in planes. Seen things that weren't really there. Or were they? What are you going to do with your $10,000? If we get it.
What do you mean if we get it? Won't he pay us if we stay?
Ah, sure he will. 10,000 is no more to him than a nickel is to us.
We were in an automobile accident. Now I'm the only one in the family who can make any money.
Boy, I've never seen so many doors. Closet. Bottles.
Does it go anywhere?
Lance! Lance!
Welcome back, you landlubbers. Told you this was a good one, Jack.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Vincent Price at his best, but I can certainly understand his plotting to kill his wife. Maybe Juliana will forget she even texted me. Yes, Mr. Bones.
Sir, I have a communique coming in and I can't screen it like you wanted.
What? Why not?
I don't know, Captain. It's overriding the network. I can't...
Hi. It has been a long time. Look at you. You bad boy. Trying to avoid my calls.
Juliana Killigrew! I can't believe me eyes. How have you been?
Well, a lot has changed. A lot has happened since we last talked, Calico. Just let me say.
What are you doing, Captain?
Whoever invented the mute button should get a high school named after them, Jack.
Captain, you need to talk to her sometime.
Why? She commands the USS Nuthouse.
Now, Captain, that isn't very nice of you because you dated her once.
No, that's the name of the ship, Jack. That's the name of her ship, the USS Nuthouse.
Oh.
Right? Very appropriate, wouldn't you think? And it's not because she likes squirrels. But she does seem to have a few in her attic. Look at her. She's still talking. Probably about her therapist.
Now, Captain, you don't know that.
Oh, yeah?
And my therapist even told me it would be good for me. But my therapist said I could do better than him, Juliana. He was a waste of dirty toilet water. Besides, getting back with your ex, it's like taking a shower and then putting on dirty underwear. And I'm always thinking, Calico Drake, he's just the worst.
You see? I don't think she even knows I'm here. I think she's dictating her autobiography.
Not hardly.
Hold please, Jules. Yes, Mr. Bones.
Yes, Captain. Did you get the message from Juliana Killigrew?
Unfortunately. However she found me remains a mystery.
You are welcome, sir.
What?
I told her where to find us.
What?
You're welcome. Captain, your blood pressure again. Captain, the reset button.
Mr. Bones, thank you for bringing some chaos into me life.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. What am I gonna do, Jack? Look at that.
I don't know, Captain. Face up to her.
You know, my ex had one very annoying trait.
What's that, Captain?
Breathing.
Did you get all that?
What?
Drakey, did you get all that?
Yeah, yes, I sure did. Cannonball.
Cannonball?
Pet name.
Best you could do, huh?
Anchor was taken.
By who?
My third wife.
What? Your third wife?
Well, you're probably wondering why I have come back to you, Drakey.
You came back to me.
Oh. Hang on a sec. I'm getting a call. Hang on a sec. Yes? Yes? Julio? Well, if you get your head out of your ass and trim the hedges evenly, I wouldn't have to have you do it again. I'm busy right now. Comprende? Yes? Yes? Julio?
She's also a little racist.
Never would have guessed.
If you get your head out of your ass...
You know me, Hearties. There's no reason for you to witness all this, why don't you get back to this break,
Comprende?
and we'll be right back.
Because your kind messed up this country long before my ancestors were ever calling the shots.
We'll be right back.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
My decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, Benson H7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
I'll be right out, Dad!
Ahoy once again, ye scallywags. It is I, Hank, from the Swashbucklers' Haunt. It's time to reveal the answer to last month's trivia question, sponsored by Midas in Washington. Here was that question.
In a dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil be done for the rest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum.
As a fellow pirate and a member of Drake's crew, that seemed pretty straightforward to me. Aye, but just in case, here was the answer to that less than perplexing question.
Losing then, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. 50 men of a stiff and style.
Our winner was notified by email, of course, where they won a free oil change at Midas in Washington. Jealous? Can't say I blamed you. If that's the case, make sure to tune in later this evening where you can save yourself a ton of treasure and get a free oil change yourself if you can act quicker than the Kraken and get this month's question correct. And keep watching Dead and Buried Treasures and her sister shows, our pre-show Walk the Plank and after show The Pirate's Booty. Stay the course, me fiends, and abide by the code.
Get your Dead and Buried Treasures merchandise at redbubble.com with the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. T-shirts, travel mugs, hoodies, blankets, phone cases, and much, much more. You too can even take a shower with Captain Calico Drake with a shower curtain.
This is ridiculous. How is this even possible?
That's redbubble.com and use the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. So what are you waiting for? You too can be as cool as a pirate.
Yes, of course.
That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures. Redbubble.com.
That I thought I would dabble in the art world myself.
That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures.
They'll no doubt want to pay top dollar for me service.
It's time for another fiendish edition of Ask the Cap.
Next caller is LaQuisha from Monroeville.
Okay, LaQuisha. LaQuisha, you there?
Yo, what's up? It's LaQuisha here, calling from the hood in Monroeville. I was just wondering, what made you decide to become a pirate on the show?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, LaQuisha.
So,
what's scarier is when did Monroeville become a hood?
I grew up in Monroeville. I
guess I grew up
in Penn Hills, so I hung out in Monroeville Mall all the time.
I grew up in the hood of Washington.
Oh.
Yeah,
so things change.
Let's see, what made me decide to pirate? Actually, it was last year. It was 2018 in the summer. and the Ren Fest. I love the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. As you can see, they're our sponsor for the show tonight. The whole show is kind of based out of the Pittsburgh Ren Fest. We actually go there with some cameras and whatnot, but you can win some prizes too if you tune in later. I got the idea. I put a pirate costume together. This was the summer of 2018, and I went to the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival, and I was walking around, and I had actually named myself Captain Brobosa. I was Barbossa's brother, Brobosa. And I would walk around on Sundays, just for the heck of it, and announce the Pittsburgh Steelers scores. Because I'm a Steeler fan, and like everybody there on a Sunday, and everybody's like, hey man, you know what the Steeler score is? They're always out there with a family, you know. Oh, this is great. I love the Ren Fest. Honey, what's the Steeler score? You know what the Steeler score is? Right. And so I just said, I said, hear ye, hear ye. Here I am the pirate from Pittsburgh with your Pittsburgh Steelers score update. And I just screamed this right out loud at the Renaissance Festival. I say, the Vikings of Minnesota are currently losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers of a score of 31-3, and everybody like, huzzah! And I was like the big, you know, they loved that. So, but also last year, I won the costume contest. And I thought that's kind of cool. And so things just kind of evolved on it. Somebody said, you ought to have a thing on TV. And I said, what can I do on TV? And then we just kind of evolved into the Pittsburgh Pirate. And I kind of wrote this whole backstory that we'll get into in a few future episodes, because we never really showed how Captain Drake got cursed.
So we need an origin story.
Yeah, we like an origin story. And that's always, I love those stories when you kind of pick up the story in the middle of the story, right? And you can do flashbacks to how things. So we still have that coming up, but we've unveiled some things a little bit here and there about the island and the Enchanted movies and things like that. So it's coming. We're just taking our time and having some fun with it. So that's how the pirate evolved.
Have a question for Captain Drake? You too can ask the Cap. Call our pre-show, Walk the Plank, a half hour before Dead and Buried Treasures, wherever it's seen, courtesy of local affiliates or on our YouTube channel.
We kidnapping rabbits and dunking the hoops, drink up me orange, yo ho, yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Welcome back, me hearties. You know, Captain, that commercial break was the scariest thing I ever heard.
You know, Julio?
Stand by.
Someone, somewhere, is thanking me right now for keeping your sorry ass employed. Goodbye! So, Drakey, did you forget about little old me?
Captain?
Oh, yes. Yes. No, Jules. I just got lost for a while. I out for a walk.
For 3 years?
It was a really long walk.
It doesn't matter now that I found you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Captain Coops. Come here. Mommy needs you.
Cooper.
Cooper, who is that?
That thing is still alive?
Of course he is.
What is that?
This is my first officer, Cooper.
Cooper?
Cooper. She talks to her cat, Jack. Cooper. I hate that cat. I thought it was a rat when I first saw it. I almost shot it.
Cooper. Who loves you, Cooper? Who loves you?
She talks to her cat, Jack. Do you see this?
Well, you talk to birds.
Mr. Bones, have you been listening this entire time?
Well, I had to, Captain. It's the only way I could hear.
Of course.
It's like a soap opera. I can't look away.
Say hi to Cooper, Captain.
I don't want to.
Say hi.
Yes, Captain. Say hi.
I don't want to.
Yes, say hi, Captain.
Say hi.
Hi, Kitty. Cooper Cat.
Cooper is an excellent judge of character.
Great.
And speaking of character, Captain, I'm an excellent judge of character too. And well, my answer is yes.
Good. Answer to what?
Oh, Captain, don't be silly. Your proposal to get married. My answer is yes. I know it's been like almost 400 years, but it's not like there's a statute of limitations, right? That is exactly why I chased you through all that time portal. Drakey? Are you there? Where'd you go?
Captain? Where did you go? OMG, this is my new favorite show. Oh my god, this is so much better than Orange is the New Black. Miss Killigrew, the captain had to, run out temporarily. The transmission cut out for a few moments. I think he passed out.
That's disappointing. I'll tell you what, Jake.
Jack!
I was afraid to contact Calico about us getting married, but was perfectly ready to see him with someone else uglier than me. That would have just been awesome. But this is so much better.
Yes! Well, I'll tell him to get in touch with you as soon as he comes back. Boat stuff.
But, Jack?
You're welcome, Captain.
Sorry, Jack. I lost consciousness there. It sounded like Juliana said she was ready to marry me.
She did.
She what?
She did say she was ready. Seriously, what channel is this on? I don't want to forget. Yes, Jack. Mr. Bones, the captain needs some smelling salts on the bridge immediately. He keeps losing consciousness or something. Well, me hearties, it looks like the captain may need a little, liquid courage.
I hear that.
You better get back to the movie. It's a doozy. House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price.
Lance is gone, and there's a ghost.
See what I mean?
Please, come on.
Did she say Lance is gone? Gone where?
We'll have to break it down and stop.
Nothing that money won't cure. I must have bumped my head.
And the only way you could bump your head in here is to run head on into the wall. You didn't do that, did you? Let's get a bandage on that.
I wonder why they didn't kill him.
Who?
He didn't bump his head. They hit him.
They?
Nora, when you came in, you said something about a ghost.
There was something.
What did it look like?
Well, it was wearing a black thing that went all the way to the floor.
Weren't you a little frightened at the time?
Well, yes.
That, Mr. Loren, is hysteria.
But then, Doctor, how do you explain what happened to Lance? Was that hysteria, too?
You better get that checked in a day or so.
Thanks, Doc.
Wait for me in the hall.
The ghosts are coming closer, Mr. Loren.
You really believe in your pet ghost, don't you, Pritchard?
Before the night's over, you will, too.
Would you like a drink, Lance?
No, thanks.
I'd like one. Scotch and. Mr. Loren, are you really going to pay anyone who stays all night?
Certainly. $10,000.
Will there be much red tape or delay?
In a hurry, dear?
Frankly, yes. Or frantically.
There you are, my dear.
Someone or something was in here when I came in. But where? And if the door was locked, how did it get out? What you saw might have been a ghost, Nora, but what was in here with me was no ghost.
I don't know. I was so scared.
Does it sound different to you?
Yes.
Three, 6, 9, 12. 12 feet. Three, 6. Now, I'm going to knock on the other wall. When you hear me, you knock on this wall. Tap lower down. Where'd it come from?
From in here.
What if it ran out of here? I'd have seen it.
Lance, it doesn't run. It just floats.
Yeah, but why didn't I see it?
You don't believe me.
How can I?
I'm Annabelle Lauren. You must be Miss Manning. I realize this is a very unusual and I'm afraid very dull party. Wouldn't you like to freshen up? This is your room. Depressing, isn't it?
I doubt if I'll spend much time here.
It's going to rain. Perfect atmosphere for my husband's party. Why did you come here?
He said he'd give me $10,000.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
How long have you known my husband?
I just met him tonight.
So? Why you? What were you doing wandering around by yourself?
Well, I was in the cellar with Lance, Mr. Schroeder, and I just left, that's all.
Don't do it again. Don't go anywhere in this house by yourself. Now fix your face and I'll come by for you in a few minutes.
But
You're in danger. We all are.
But who?
I hope for your sake you never find out. I'm Annabelle Lauren. Were you looking for something?
Not exactly.
Are you the doctor?
No, I'm Lance Schroeder.
The pilot. You've hurt yourself.
Oh, it's just a bump on the head. Which is my room?
I believe this is it.
Thank you, Mrs. Lauren.
Annabelle, Lance. You were with the young girl in the cellar. Why was she so upset?
Was she?
And you don't look like the type to go around bumping his head. What really happened, Lance?
Well, Nora thought she saw a ghost, but I didn't see anything.
She was just frightened then.
And mad at me, I think. I kidded her about it.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
Now, don't tell me you're taking all this seriously.
Aren't you?
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
Lance. If I need help, may I count on you?
Yeah, sure, I guess so. Look, what's going on here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
Your husband?
I wish I knew what it was.
Must be pretty big if he's going to lay out $50,000.
The money doesn't mean anything. He has a reason for getting us all up here to this dreadful old house.
Well, what for? He doesn't even know us.
Maybe that's exactly why you're here.
Well, what can he get away with?
Oh, he thinks that big money like his can get away with anything. You know, of course, that I'm his fourth wife. The first simply disappeared. The other two died. Lance, I don't want to join them.
You mean he,
Oh, his doctor said they died of heart attacks. 2 girls in their 20s.
Well, what can he do?
My husband is sometimes insane with jealousy. Nothing matters to him then. Please be careful.
Would he hurt you?
He would kill me if he could.
Annabelle, you're missing all the fun. Nora Manning was almost killed by a falling chandelier. The pilot bashed his head in.
Is he badly hurt?
The Saturnine psychiatrist bandaged him up. Don't you want to go and console him, as you do most men, in your fashion?
You're so clever, Frederick.
Yes, I lie awake nights wondering why I married you. was rather a mistake.
You didn't marry me, dear. I married you. Unpleasant, but no mistake.
Well, hurry up.
Frederick, for the last time, I'm not going to your party.
And for the last time, it's not my party, but yours. And you are going.
I am not.
You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
Would you adore me as much if I were poor? No. All you want to be is a lovely widow. It's almost time to lock up the house. And then your party will really begin. I wonder how it'll end. It's close to midnight, Lance.
Okay. I'll be down in a minute.
Who is it?
Your host, my dear. It's almost midnight, Nora. We're all going to get together down in the living room.
All right, Mr. Lloyd. I'll be right down.
Come with us before he kills you. Where's Laura? Miss Manning.
I don't want to stay here.
Nora, what happened? That's Jonas Slides and his wife. They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
I'm not going to stay here.
Well, Doctor, it looks like we have a real case of hysteria on our hands.
I think she's just a little upset, not hysterical.
Good evening.
Hello, my dear. This is my wife. These are our guests. Ruth Bridges, Dr. Trent. You know Watson Pritchard, of course. Nora Manning, and this is Lance Schroeder.
Get me out of here.
Now, what about the 10,000?
I don't care. He wants to kill me.
Who wants to kill you?
Mr. Lawrence.
May I have your attention, please? I think you all remember the bargain we made about staying all night. $10,000 apiece. If any of you don't survive, $50,000 will be divided amongst the rest of you. If I should die, you will be paid by my estate. When the door is locked from the outside by the caretakers, we'll all be forced to stay in this house until morning. If any of you decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now. You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
I don't want to stay.
Wait.
midnight yet? Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now. I was going to ask you whether you wanted to stay or not, but it seems that the caretakers have made the decision for you. We're all locked in now.
But I don't want to stay.
And I'm sorry, my dear, but it's too late now.
Darling, haven't you had enough of the silly game? Get some cars up here for these people and let them go home. But pay them first.
This is your party, remember. In spite of my wife's faith in my ability to do the impossible, we will all have to stay in this house until 8 o'clock in the morning. But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins. This is my wife's idea. I must say, I think it's rather dangerous. I suppose you all know how to use one of these things, but in case you don't, you just press down on this lever with your thumb and then pull the trigger. You see, they're loaded.
These are no good against the dead, only the living.
Doctor? Lance? Nora?
Go ahead, take it.
Miss Bridges? And here's yours, dear.
I don't need it.
It was your idea. Who knows, you may want to use it on me before this night is over.
Throw these guns away. They won't do you any good.
I agree with Pritchard on that point, although not for the same reason.
Dr. Trent, don't you approve of our little party favors?
Suppose Nora had had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
I don't think anyone else is going to walk around in total darkness.
Oh, I'm sure we're not going to go running around the house shooting each other, aren't you?
Who knows? Fear makes people do amazing things.
Mr. Pritchard, you said your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found hands and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads? Well then, just follow me.
Darling, I really don't need this.
You know, Jack, I might have passed out, but I couldn't help but notice that Vincent Price looks like he's trying to get away with the murder of his wife in this chamber of horrors he has. Perhaps I should take some notes.
Captain, were you married to Juliana Killigrew?
Not that she knew of.
And you?
Not that I knew of either. But she thought we were.
Why would she think that?
Because that's what she was told.
Well, when you experience the old Drake charm.
So you are married?
No. Yes. I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of alcohol.
Naturally.
With the minister.
Oh, boy.
I mean, we were in port. I don't even think he was a minister.
You're kidding! This just gets better and better.
In fact, he might have been the assistant manager of the local Rite Aid, where I got aspirin that night. Or was it Hobby Lobby?
Well, then why are you afraid?
Look at her, Jack.
Yikes!
And it's not even Christmas.
Captain, do you know who Glenn Close is?
No, I don't know. Did I marry her too?
I hope not. Did you ever hear of the movie Fatal Attraction?
And of course, Juliana is a witch, and that doesn't help matters much.
I'm sorry, a what?
Wow! Way to bury the lead!
You're telling me she's also a witch?
Yes.
Like a witch?
Yes. Like stirring a black pot and adding bugs and eyes of newt and crap like that.
So, like, I'll get you my pretty and your little dog too kind of witch.
Well, she sure as shark's not ain't Glenda the Good Witch. And of course she's nuts. There's that giggle.
It's cute.
I hate it. She's like a human version of a headache.
How long does she think you have had her on hold, Captain?
Who knows? You know, Mr. Bones, some people are like clouds. Once they're gone, it's a beautiful day.
Drakey!
Yes?
How long did you have me on hold?
Too long, my love.
I hate when the voices inside my head go silent. I never know where those f***s are planning.
So, are you afraid she'll turn you into something?
Give me a break, Jack. Magic doesn't work like that. This isn't a Disney cartoon.
Oh, Drakey!
Yes?
You don't have your tuxedo on. I'm disappointed.
Oh boy!
Unless you want to elope. Do you want to elope? Do you want to elope?
Captain, your alarm!
Yes.
The reset button!
Juliana, I can't get married. My darling.
What? Why not?
Why not?
Yes, Captain, why not?
Why not? Well, because I haven't seen you for so long, Juliana, and I never thought I'd see you again. Yes, and I found someone else. Unfortunately, yes, I found someone else.
You what?
Yes, well, I thought I'd never see you again, and
Again, this is my new favorite show.
never thought I'd see you again, and Jack.
Juliana, being alone was just too painful for him, and so he married someone just to keep his own sanity, and get over you.
Right. To get over you.
Oh, Calico. That is the sweetest thing I ever heard.
It was?
It was?
It was?
Absolutely. I love when you go to extremes for me. It is possible for me to love you even more.
I hope not. I mean, I don't know. Is it?
Oh, Drakey, I have to call my mother right now. Ta-ta, lover.
Sorry, Captain.
You know, Jack, where was all your creativity when your mother wanted to visit? I need to think about how to get out of this now. Why her mom?
Captain, what if you took your pistol and shot yourself in the foot?
How would that help this whole Juliana thing?
Oh, are we still on that?
Look, Jack, you said I married someone else entirely, right? Well, we never said who.
I don't like where this is going.
What if I married Professor Gertie?
Only one problem. You sent her on shore leave 2 days ago.
No, she got back, but she had to retrieve that tube of toothpaste from the hotel. Some people prefer Crest, some people prefer AIM. She's a Colgate girl.
When did she tell you that?
When she was showing me that 2-for-1 ad on toothpaste on sale at Big Lots.
Captain, have you ever noticed that Professor Gertie always likes to leave toothpaste at the hotel after her vacation ends?
Yes, and now it makes me wonder.
Wonder what?
If she actually likes toothpaste.
Perhaps she does that so she doesn't get wrapped up in all of your harebrained schemes.
No, that's not it.
How about Marabella?
Oh, Davy, how would that work exactly?
I like it. Yes, I like it.
You married Marabella.
Well, she did say if I ever needed a favor, I would say that this qualifies. Wouldn't you say so, Jack?
Marabella, the mermaid.
Yes.
Captain, she's a fish.
Technicalities.
Who are you calling?
The Target department store in Carlisle. Who do you think?
Captain, I don't know who you are dialing, but the only way to communicate with Marabella is through the video phone. You know that.
Yes, I know. I'm calling the airport in case I need to make a fast break. A flight to, well, anywhere really. As a backup plan, just in case. And while I'm on hold, me hearties, let's get you to this break. Ha! Vincent Price did it with a vat of acid, so why be so messy when getting rid of your ex? You watch these commercial messages. Hello? Hello? Yes. GWA? Yes, you don't happen to have any blackouts for this evening, do you?
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
My decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, Jonathan Benson at age 7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
I'll be right out, Dad!
Lovers. Arr, it's that time, me hearties. It's time to welcome aboard new crew members to the Dead and Buried Treasures Fan Club. And by doing so, here is your bounty for this month, if ye can decode this show's secret message. So get ready to pause those DVRs, mateys, and honor the code. Good luck, mateys, and to those of you out there who are not yet members of the crew just yet, what the devil are you waiting for? Contact Phoenix Comics and Toys online and be a part of all the fun. you too can walk away with horrific prizes and booty. And who doesn't like booty?
Captain!
Oh, yeah. Taking part in all the fun and games. Yes. I certainly don't want another meeting with the network about being PC, so yes, best of luck to you, me hearties, and remember to honor the code.
You too can take part in all the fun and win prizes from Dead and Buried Treasures. Just become members of the fan club. By becoming a member of Captain Drake's crew, you receive an autographed 8x10 picture of the Captain and Jack, welcome letter, a crew doubloon keychain, quarterly newsletter published 4 times a year, discounts at conventions, on Redbubble merchandise, and of course the decoder statue of Captain Drake that helps you decode the secret messages that the Captain sends out each show, where you can win prizes exclusive to those who are the first to solve the secret pirate codes. So contact Phoenix Comics and Toys and begin the fun today.
And remember to honor the code.
Don't you wish you had a time machine? Because if you're enjoying Dead and Buried Treasures now while stuffing your face with that cheese popcorn, you could have gone back to the beginning of the night and enjoyed our pre-show as well. Walk the Plank. Walk the Plank takes you behind the scenes with series creator Eric Sprouse, Captain Calico Drake himself, as he reveals thrifty, low-budget special effects and how the show is made. Behind the scenes. Plus, host Rich Kanji takes your phone calls where you can ask your questions to the Captain about upcoming shows as they gear you for the night ahead. So that time machine might have come in handy. Instead, you bought that ice cream maker that's collecting dust in the kitchen because your kids just had to have Dairy Queen and now you're paying the price. But if you remember next time, you too can watch Walk the Plank, the pre-show for Dead and Buried Treasures, and it's on about a half hour before the Captain is. Plus, you can win free stuff. Just think about it, which is exactly what you should have done with that ice cream maker.
Don't miss Walk the Plank, the sister show of Dead and Buried Treasures, as it gears you up for the night ahead, 1/2 hour before Dead and Buried Treasures on most local affiliates. We asked, and you responded.
Oh my god, I think your Justin TV thing is so awesome. I just want to let you know I think it's great for our kids and our community to be able to participate and see ourselves on TV. So, thanks.
Good morning. This is Puff, and I'm watching the program. I think it is absolutely marvelous. Something of that nature brought to light. It is so entertaining and so wonderful, and it's surely delightful. So good luck to you in the future, and keep on programming the bloodier, the ghoulier, the better. I love it. Remarkable. Bless you.
Why, hello, Dead and Buried Treasures. I just wanted to call and leave a message that I was very impressed by your show. It's very well done, and it might be one of the best locally produced programs I've ever seen. It reminded me of the old Chiller Theater in the 80s with Chilly Billy, and I absolutely love your show. I tell everybody about it. I even had my friends over, some kids, and my grandchildren over a couple of Fridays back when it was on, and we all gathered around and made popcorn like the old days and had some fun watching some television as a family. So I thought it was very well done, and Captain Drake is very funny, and the parrot is hilarious. Well written, well crafted, very good show. Keep it up, Dead and Buried Treasures.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Yo-ho! Yo-ho!
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures. Weekends at 11. That's Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 11 and going until roughly 2:30 a.m. Right here on your local Fright Network affiliate our flagship station, BPTV.
Ha! It's like dinner and a show, Jack. A night at the opera.
And don't miss our Fright Network pre-show at 10:30, where series creator Eric Sprouse take you for a behind-the-scenes tour with insight into making each episode. Plus, your chance to win even more horrific prizes each week.
Pretty good stuff, don't you think? What do you think?
So wake the kids and phone the neighbors this weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages.
There are just so many people to thank on such a long list.
If you dare.
Care to play, Jack?
Hello, fellow pirates. It is I, Hank, from the Swashbuckler's Haunt, with this month's movie trivia question, sponsored by Midas, where you can win a free oil change if you provide me with the first correct answer to tonight's question via email. Speaking of which, here it is now.
Stiff and star, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Send up the crew and the murder mark, yo ho ho.
Aye, it'd be a stormy sky ahead, but if you know the answer, make sure to drop us an email at Dead and Buried Treasures. If you're the first matey with the correct answer, you will win a free oil change for your horseless carriage. Courtesy of Midas in Washington, where you can trust the Midas touch. Aye, and keep watching Dead and Buried Treasures all night long. One winner per show, me hearties. Stay the course, me fiends, and abide by the code.
Welcome back, mateys. Yes, Mr. Bones.
Yes, Captain. I've got Juliana on hold, sir, waiting for your call.
Good. I'll be right with you. And so that's it, Marabella. I need your help. Can you assist?
I think... No, I am positive that you are the most unattractive man I have ever met in my entire life. In the short time we've been together, you have demonstrated every loathsome characteristic of the male personality and even discovered a few new ones. You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell. You're not even interesting enough to make me sick.
So... isn't that from a movie?
No, Calico, I do not love you.
Yes, I know.
So you think I want to be married to you? For a mermaid, love is not possessive in this way. Love is a property of water. The ecstasy and bliss that water contains are not derived from a connection to one person. Love is in the rivers, and the lakes, and the seas. This love encompasses the planet through the love of water. The closest you've been to water is the bath you've never had.
What are you talking about, you flower child? I spend me life on water.
And drinking it.
Right. If by drinking water, you mean bourbon. And if by bourbon, you mean more bourbon.
Yes, Mr. Bones.
Yes, Captain. She sent for you to take her call right now, or she will be in a longboat on her way over here in about 5 minutes.
Marabella, please. Even by your own edict decreed, you were bound to me forever for what I did, saving your life.
You rescued me, Captain. It did not mean I would have sex with you. It certainly didn't mean I would bond with you. I mean, as a law, we're all uninhibited and free, but
I never understood the attachment humans have with their bodies.
Well, perhaps I can show you sometime.
I would not like that. But I will help you.
Ah, you will?
You will?
Yes. At least I can start repaying my debt of gratitude.
Excellent. Wait. Can you sing Under the Sea?
No.
Part of your world?
No.
Kiss the Girl?
No.
Well, then how would she even know you're a mermaid?
No! Captain, do you think mermaids just sit around all day and sing songs like in The Little Mermaid?
Don't you?
Well, yes, but no singing.
Fine, fine. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Yes, but
This is going to work.
High five, Captain!
You know, Jack, you're always trying to show signs of affection, but there are two things wrong with that. First, pirates don't high five. And second, pirates don't high five. And as for you, mateys, let's get you back to the movie where I'm fairly positive that Vincent Price isn't high-fiving anyone either.
Just go look in my suitcase. Just go look. But it was in there. A woman's head.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
Get out! Get out, all of you! All of you, get out of here and leave me alone! Just get out of here!
You think it's all right to leave her by herself, Doctor?
I wish she'd taken the sedative.
Well, what do you suppose she thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Look, Doc, I think somebody ought to stay with her.
There could be 1 million people around her. But if they wanted her, they'd get her.
What if he's right?
Oh, he's too drunk to know what he's talking about.
I wonder. I'll join you in a minute.
Do you think it would do any good if you went in and talked to her?
Well, do you think there really was a head in her suitcase?
I don't know.
A thing like that would put me right over the edge.
Look, would you sort of stay up here, I mean, in case she needs help?
All right. I'll be in my room. Just call it.
Thanks.
Are you sure there are only 7 people in this house?
Positive, except for the ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts, nor in frightening women. In Nora's case, it's gone far enough. Perhaps too far.
What do you suggest we do about it, Doctor?
Don't frighten her anymore.
Nora? Nora? What do you know about this?
They've taken her. In a little while, she'll be one of them.
Where's Norton?
Where is she? It's too late. It's too late. You'll never find her again.
Pritchard, if you know where she is, you better tell me now.
She's gone. She's gone with them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
She's dead, Mr. Lauren. Your wife hanged herself.
Suicide.
Tried to kill me. He grabbed me and choked me and put me in that room. And then he went away and left me.
Who?
He thought I was dead.
Who?
Mr. Lord.
Are you sure about this?
I don't know. It was dark, but it must have been him.
Has anybody seen you since he left you?
I heard some people in that room, but I went by and nobody saw me.
Mrs. Lauren is dead.
But how?
Lauren said she committed suicide, but I think somebody killed her.
Him?
I'm sure you've come to the same conclusion I have.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's all have a meeting, discuss what to do. The living room?
Okay, in a minute. I've got to go downstairs. Now, you lock yourself in here and don't let anybody know you're here. If he thinks you're dead, he won't come here. And I'll get back as soon as I can. You'll be all right. And if you have to, you use it.
So greedy. So cold. What are you doing in here?
Wait. Don't wait.
What do you mean coming in here?
I didn't want them to take her away.
You're drunk.
They will if you don't watch her.
You're drunk. All right, out with it, Bridget. Why did you come into this room?
I'm the only one who understands.
Understands what?
Your wife isn't there anymore. She's already joined them.
Look, Bridget, I've had enough of your spook talk. Get out, you sot, and don't come back into this room again.
What's her name? Nora.
I didn't disturb her since I don't think this concerns her.
No, you're right.
Mr. Loren, isn't there some way we can get out of this house now?
No, none at all.
We could try breaking out.
The only door to the outside is made of steel. The bars of the windows are set in solid stone. We gotta stay.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget. But I am afraid. When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else. The death of Mrs. Loren. So far tonight, one of us was almost killed by a falling chandelier. One of us was mysteriously slugged. One of us has been driven to the brink of absolute hysteria, and one of us is dead. Were these accidents? Suicide? And we must stay here for 6 more hours.
6 hours? 6 of us. Time enough.
Who will be next? How will it happen?
Let me ask you a question, Doctor. You were the first one to see my wife there. Did you also see anything that she could have climbed up on and then jumped?
No.
Did any of you? There was nothing. How then did she get up there so high?
Exactly, Mr. Loren. How? She couldn't have pulled herself up there. She couldn't have dropped from the ceiling. Do you think your wife killed herself?
No. She was murdered by one of you.
Or you, Mr. Loren. To deliberately kill someone, you must have a reason.
We were all strangers to your wife. Only you had a motive for murder.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife? What husband hasn't had 1,000 opportunities to do it in such a way so that he'd never be suspected? I'm not such a fool as to hang my wife from a ceiling by a rope.
The fact remains that you, or one of us, murdered Mrs. Loren. And that's a matter for the police.
So how do we get the police?
That's my point. We can't until morning. What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
For once, Pritchard may be right. If another murder's in the works, let's stop it now.
Another murder?
Why not? Maybe one of us saw too much.
Why should even a millionaire want to give each of us $10,000 to spend one night in a gloomy old house? To see some ghosts, have a party? No.
Have you finished trying me, Doctor? And is the verdict guilty of murder?
Oh, this isn't getting us anywhere. Somebody killed Mrs. Loren, we know that. One of us is guilty and the rest of us are innocent, okay. Now what we have to do for the next 6 hours is protect ourselves from each other.
Do you really think?
I don't think anything. I just know that I'm going to my room. And if anybody comes in, I'll shoot him. Or her.
And if we all stay in our rooms, we'll be safe. Because the innocent will have no reason to leave his room. And the guilty will admit his guilt if he or she does.
And we all have guns.
And we're all agreed?
Oh, I wish this night were over.
Drones? Guns? I tell you, it doesn't make any difference. They aren't through with us yet. What's the use of saying goodnight?
Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
They've all gone to their rooms and locked themselves in.
Lance, I've been thinking. It was so dark down there. Maybe it wasn't Mr. Lorne.
It was him, all right. He tried to kill you, and he did kill his wife.
How can you be so sure?
She tried to warn me, asked me to help her. The doc thinks he's going to try and kill one of us. Now, there must be a way out of this place, and I'm going to find it and get the police before he does.
I'm going with you.
Well, if he finds out you're alive... No, Nora. You're safer here than any place else. Now, just lock yourself in and keep quiet. If I find a way out, I'll come back and get you.
An admission of guilt, Doctor?
Certainly not. There's either somebody else in this house or one of us has left his room. Did you hear anything?
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
You got yours? Ready?
You look downstairs, and I'll look up here.
Why not together?
There may be only minutes, seconds left of someone's life. Why waste time? It's almost over, darling. Every detail was perfect.
What's happening?
We've done it. A perfect crime. Beautiful.
Has she killed him?
Not yet. But she will.
Get me out of this hanging harness. What's taking that girl so long? What time is it?
At first, I couldn't get Nora to want to protect herself with a gun. But after you appeared at the window, everything began to work just as we had planned. You were wonderful. Just the touch that finally drove her into complete hysteria.
It'll be worth all of our planning, darling. Where's Nora now? What's happening?
On her way to the cellar. So scared she'll shoot the first thing that moves.
And Frederick?
On his way to the cellar, too.
David, are you sure none of them will suspect us?
Of what? An hysterical girl accidentally shoots somebody? Who would suspect that we planned it that way, that we drove her to it?
What about my suicide?
But just a ghost party gag. We'll claim it was a dummy since I'm the only one who touched you.
And the caretakers?
Well, they had no idea what they were really doing.
What about Nora? She's not stupid, you know.
Darling, believe me, everything we've planned is working perfectly. Nora is sure Frederick murdered you. She thinks Frederick attacked her in the cellar, not me. And now Nora's almost out of her mind with fear. The heads, the music, you're hanging. I tell you, when Frederick walks in there, she'll shoot him.
It's taking too long. David, you ought to be there.
When you hear the shot, come down to the cellar.
tell me that something creepy isn't happening in that house. Right, Jack?
Almost as creepy as you marrying a mermaid, Captain.
Mr. Bones, what is Marabella's ETA?
Approximately 10 minutes, Captain.
Excellent.
In the meantime, Captain, it might be a good time to look at the backstage elements of House on Haunted Hill.
Aye, there may be just enough time. Mr. Bones?
You don't have to ask twice, Captain, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for another thrilling installment of Movie Backstage 101, and this chapter is House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, crap!
Exterior shots of the haunted house, primarily during the opening sequence, were filmed at the Ennis Brown House, located in the Los Feliz neighborhood of Los Angeles. Designed by Frank Lloyd Wright and built in 1924, it is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The $10,000 offered to each of the guests in 1959 would be equal to about $83,450,000 in 2017. Talk about inflation. William Castle suggested the story after meeting Vincent Price on a day when Price had learned that he had been passed over for a part. Over coffee, Castle described the premise of his movie. Price liked the idea, and it led to a two-picture collaboration, this one of course, and The Tingler, also produced in 1959, the latter of which will eventually be seen on Dead and Buried Treasures. The skeleton that rises from the vat of acid in the finale is a real human skeleton. Ugh. Like most movies, it was simply faster and cheaper to buy a real human skeleton from a biological supply house than having one created by the special effects department. Yes, we wouldn't want to overwork them. Lance locks his door from the inside with a deadbolt after the doctor calls everybody to the meeting and leaves through Nora's door. But when they return from the meeting, he opens his own unlocked door from the outside. Are we working with amateurs here? In the living room scene, our characters discuss that it's impossible for Annabelle to have hung herself because there was not anything for her to get up on to jump. However, minutes earlier, when we see the body hanging, there is clearly a newel post on one side of the hanging body and a handrail on the other, both within jumping distance. Bombs away! When Annabelle gives Frederick her gun, he places it in the mini coffin and then closes the coffin. However, in one of the next shots, we see that all of the coffins are miraculously open, saved by the bell, so to speak. The Cadillac funeral cars in procession at the beginning of the film are various model years. In the next scene, when they pull up in front of the house, they're all the same year. I guess there wasn't such a thing as continuity back in 1959. After Lance pulls Nora out of the way of the falling chandelier, his arm alternates back and forth from being around her shoulders to being around her waist. God, make a move already. At the end of the movie, when Vincent Price and Carol Omar are in the cellar, the acid around the vat appears and then disappears. So, we doing this or what? At the beginning of the movie, at about 4.5 minutes in, as the guests arrive, they walk through the gates which are open for them. With no one being behind them, the next clip shows the gates are already closed, but then again, the house is haunted. It's established that no one can get out of the house due to the locked metal door and bars on all the windows when the caretakers leave. Yet, Annabelle somehow gets outside so she can pretend to be a ghost outside Nora's window. I can't decide, are there more secret passages or plot holes in this movie? Annabelle complains that her husband invited all the guests and they're strangers, but the psychiatrist is secretly her lover and will help her try to murder him during the party. So doesn't she find it odd that her husband invited him? She obviously didn't suggest that he do so. The fortunate side to this public domain film is the fact that Alfred Hitchcock took notice of the low-budget film's performance at the box office and made his own low-budget horror film, which became the critically acclaimed hit Psycho, coming out 1 year after this. And that is just a few of the tips, tricks, and backstage secrets of Vincent Price's House on Haunted Hill for Movie Making 101.
Oh, crap!
Thrilling stuff, Mr. Bones, as always. Marabella's arrival time?
During this break, sir.
Good. Just enough time to fill her in on the particulars. What about Juliana?
Just about the time this commercial is over, Captain.
Excellent.
Lucky for you.
I was born under a lucky star, Mr. Bones. Then let's get to a break.
And we'll see you all at the reception. Bring your cameras.
Not funny, Mr. Bones.
And rice, of course. Do people still throw rice?
No.
They blow bubbles, I think.
Who cares what they do? I'm not marrying Juliana.
We'll see.
We'll be right back. And while you're picking yourself up off the floor from that one, mateys, let me introduce you to another great bit of casting.
Dead and Buried Treasures is your weekend haunt. That's Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 11 with a new show the first Friday of the month, right here on this Fright Network affiliate.
Well, you certainly had that one loaded in a chamber.
And don't miss our Fright Network pre-show at 10:30, where Fiore from the movie review show Outtakes with Fiore and series creator Eric Sprouse take you for a behind-the-scenes tour with insight into making each episode.
I probably look significantly different than
Captain Calico Drake, I do.
Plus, your chance to win even more horrific prizes each week.
I should be hearing from the FCC any minute now.
So don't forget to call and leave your feedback on the show.
Like this one?
And ask questions where your Q&A will be read on the air.
Like this one?
Arr, we asked, and you responded.
Hi, I wanted to call in and just tell you that I just absolutely love watching Dead and Buried Treasures. I watch it with my kids, and my kids just think the bird is awesome. And I myself love watching the ghost and horror movies. It brings back a lot of memories. I used to watch those with my parents, and I just think the show is awesome, and we need more shows like that.
Hey, I was just calling in because I wanted to say I like what you guys have got going on there. I really enjoy watching it because I used to watch shows like this back when I was a kid, and watching it brings back a little bit of nostalgia from before. And I just wish there was more shows like this on the air now, because watching it brings back all those memories of before, and it's just really nice to see all that.
Hey, I wanted to call about the show for Dead and Buried Treasures. Just wanted to say, great show, especially during this time and the way this country is. It's funny. It's just a good, entertaining type of show. My family watches it all the time. It'd be great if we actually got to see it on TV versus sitting there on the iPad watching it, or on the phone and watching it, whatever. But it's fun. It's very entertaining. Makes me laugh. At the end of the day, we need more shows like that. And I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your effort putting into it. Just a good time. I hope you keep doing it because we love watching it. Thank you very much. I just had to call and tell you that. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
You just can't get enough of Dead and Buried Treasures. You say you want to jam an earring into your lobe because you want to be a pirate so much? And you love ghost stories and other haunted tales to boot, and just can't wait for the weekend. Well, before you cause a lawsuit or need a doctor, check out this bonus during the week. Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties. That's right, fiends. Join us on Facebook every Wednesday night at 9, a much earlier time slot for all the little mateys out there, for rebroadcasts of Dead and Buried Treasures classics, often discussing the show in the chat room with Calico Drake himself, along with other stars of the show. Plus, if you turn into our Facebook page at 8:30, you'll see a classic episode of Walk the Plank to gear you up for the night ahead. That's Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties, premiering at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook. Each Wednesday night, if you dare. 8:30 p.m. with Walk the Plank. But remember, only the truly courageous will make it to the end.
Now available, the first season of Dead and Buried Treasures on DVD. That's right, all you horror enthusiasts. If old movies are your thing, and even weirder pirates and ghosts, we have the perfect gift for Christmas, birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Ah, hell, it's perfect for any holiday. Get one for Arbor Day.
Excellent. I love watching those funeral scenes from like the top of a castle where no one can see you, and always sticking me nose in where it's not welcome.
Starring Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, Fay Ray, Dick Miller, Richard Boone, Beautiful Women, Killer Robots, Abbott and Costello, Scrooge, Zombies, featuring the directing works of George Romero, Francis Ford Coppola, Agatha Christie, and a whole lot more. Just $79.95. But the good news is the postage is paid anywhere in the continental United States. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today and prepare yourselves for laughs.
Things like this always turn out great for us.
Just drop us a line on Facebook for details. You won't regret it, but your wallet might. That's pirate talk, you know.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
Hi, Dakota's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, that is a H7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
Arr, it's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the Swashbuckler's Haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
So, Marabella, are we on the same page?
Well, yes.
Good. Drake out.
Yes, but I...
Oh, I treasure the time I don't spend with her.
Who? Marabella?
No. Juliana.
Much like Vincent Price and his wife in tonight's movie, right, Captain?
Kind of. Do we have any acid on the ship, Jack? Or little coffins, you know, with guns in them?
Captain!
Yes, Mr. Bones.
Juliana on line 1.
No need to sound so chipper, Mr. Bones.
Oh, this is me holding back.
Remember that time I asked for your opinion, Mr. Bones?
No.
Me either. Put her on screen.
Stand by, Captain.
So, what's your game plan, Captain? I was watching the movie.
Oh, I thought I'd spout some poetry to her in the hopes of wooing her back.
Really, Captain?
Oh, sure. How does this sound? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I want to hit you with my car.
Well, I wouldn't lead with it.
Hello, my love.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Well, how do I look?
Well, you always look better when you're not wearing your glasses.
Thank you.
Of course, you always look better when I'm not wearing mine either.
Captain, what happened to that poetry?
Roses are red, love is fake. Weddings are basically funerals with cake.
So, are you ready, Captain? I'm so glad to see you again.
Cut that music, Mr. Bones.
Just anxious, Captain. Oh, I love weddings.
Juliana, I told you, things are different now.
Different?
Yes. We talked on the phone only a half hour ago. Then you had to call your mother, remember?
Oh, I do. And I see you do too.
Yes, your mother was always clairvoyant.
Really, sir?
Oh, yes. She always said I would go far, so I stayed there.
Captain!
Yes?
So, why did you want to speak with me?
Well, I wanted to confirm things with you. I had to move on, and move on. I did with Marabella.
Yes, I know. You couldn't get your mind off me, you said?
You see this? She hears what she hears. She's nuts.
Captain!
Do you think if I threw a stick she would go away?
Once again, Drakey, that was not the mute button. So where is this, Barbarella?
Marabella.
Marabella!
Yes. Where is this mozzarella?
Right here.
Hello? This?
Your what?
My what?
Your what?
Your what?
Mr. Bones, really?
Oh, sorry, sir. We're still at a break, and the movie hasn't restarted yet. And I'm nosy.
Yes. This is my beloved.
Why is she on a monitor and not by your side? And is she underwater?
Yes. She's she's
a mermaid.
I'm sorry, Calico. Drakey, I could swear I heard she's a fish.
Well, that's offensive.
That's why I said it.
Yes, she's a mermaid in the fish family.
Oh, is that right?
Well, isn't it?
Not necessarily, lover. But you already knew that. Honey, he's always kidding.
So, she's a fish. And you
Or, person? How does that work, actually?
Work?
Yes, like, how do you... Huh? Like, how do you... You know? How do you...
Have sex! Have sex?
Oh!
Oh, he's a master.
He is?
He is.
He is?
I am?
Oh, yes, there's something incredibly sexy about his, well, his
hat?
No.
Smell?
No.
His scruff?
No.
Manliness?
Sorry, I couldn't hold it in.
I know what you mean. I mean, come on!
Really, I tried to stop laughing, but it just popped out.
That's what she said!
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, come on, Drakey. You have always looked like something I drew with my left hand. I mean, you're the reason that the country has put directions on shampoo.
And yet, you fell in love with me.
Tell me it gets better.
I kept thinking to myself, keep it up, and soon you will be a strange smell in the attic.
Oh my, I am so ashamed of what I'm doing and who I'm involved with here.
Oh, honey, don't be. That's your parents' job. And mine is to judge.
You know, Captain, this is going quite well. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, Captain, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings when I called you stupid. I thought you already knew. But I still love him.
Oh, yes. Yes, me too, with all the love and stuff.
Oh no, please girls, don't fight over me.
Should she sing Part of Your World now, Captain?
But there's just something about his smile.
And his eyes.
I know what you mean.
That's really attractive.
What's happening?
Very well, Captain. I just had to know and make sure you were, well, telling the truth.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Juliana, but it's true. I've had to move on. Sorry, Charlie.
What?
Oh, sorry. Bad joke.
Well, yes, I should say so.
Well, somehow I'll manage. But I'm glad to see you two kids are working out.
Yes. Oh, yes. We are. We are.
Yes. Better than ever.
Oh, come on! Is no one going to throw dishes or anything? Sorry. Just stating the obvious.
Thank you, Juliana.
Don't mention it.
But we'll always have Tortuga.
OMG, Drake!
What is it with you pirates and Tortuga?
Yes, I suppose so.
And I will always remember you for your eyes and how alluring they were when we woke up that morning in the spring and your eyes sparkled in the early sunlight.
You were so close!
What?
I knew it! I knew it! You do love me!
What?
You love me. I knew it.
I'm sorry, Jules. You're breaking up. Mr. Bones, set a course.
Heading, sir?
Disneyland, Tatooine, anywhere but here, quickly. Pick a target.
Aye, aye, sir.
Did we stall long enough, Mr. Rice? Are her engines disabled?
Aye, sir. We boarded her ship without her knowledge and disabled them when she was distracted. Made it back without a trace.
Excellent.
Incoming message, Captain.
I knew it, Calico. You're still in love with me.
Now, Juliana, you're far too sensitive.
Sensitive? I am sensitive to the fact that you're a complete jackass. What the hell? Crewman report.
Our engines are completely disabled, Captain Killigrew.
Calico Drake, how in the world did you disable my engines? Where's your ship going? Are you coming around to pick me up? If I don't kill you first. If I can't have you, then no one else will. And you love me. Don't forget that. Don't worry about that Bordatella.
Marabella.
Right. That bitch. I'll drown that salmonella soon enough. Still my man, I'll drop a house on her.
Juliana, by any chance, do you eat your own hair?
Wrap it up, you failed science experiment. I'll rip the skin from your scalp.
I guess this is a bad time to ask you about all that alimony I sent you.
Oh, that. I used that to purchase all my clown paintings. Drakey, wait up.
Well, that's over.
Wow, she is crayfish, Captain.
Thank you! I told you!
Well, in my opinion, we're leaving way too early. There was almost some dish throwing.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Bones. When she gets that ship repaired, I'm sure she'll be back.
Ah, you think so, Captain?
Oh, yes. Back in the psychiatric ward. Now, Marabella, you were saying that I had nice eyes?
I was playing a part, Captain.
Right. Tell me over some wine to celebrate?
Let's get back to the movie, Captain.
Right. What? Oh. I almost forgot. Vincent Price. Well, mateys, let's see how Vincent Price deals with his ex-wife issues and get you back to House on Haunted Hill. You have to admit, Jack, my way wasn't as messy as what Price has in store for his missus.
Ah, right, you're still in love with her.
No, I'm not.
Ah, sure you are.
Am not.
Ah, R2.
Am not.
Ah, R2. Captain!
I know, you feather duster.
David? David?
Everything I have, even my life. But you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess. Come with me. Was indeed perfect. Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not. It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
There must be some way to get in here.
Oh, it's right along here somewhere.
Lance! I've shot Mr. Loren. He's down in the wine cellar.
Alive?
I don't think so. It's him. He's alive.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks. I can tell you all now. Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They failed. Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
Now there are 9.
There'll be more, many more. They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
Jack, this movie should have been called Puppet Master.
I think that name was already taken, Captain.
Well, whatever. Price certainly is the master. Puppeteer. Hey, Jack. I can sell you a puppet real cheap. No strings attached.
Yeah, certainly funny, Captain.
I wonder if that skeleton knows Mr. Bones. I could probably pull a few strings.
Speaking of pulling a few strings, you owe a real debt of gratitude to Marabella.
Yes. Who?
Marabella, the leader of the Mer people?
Oh, yes, you might be right.
You sure do.
Indeed you do. But at least you know we can work together if need be.
When would that be?
Like right now, Sherlock?
Well, I'm sure I'll be okay.
You're welcome.
Aye, Marabella. Thank you for your assistance. I don't know what we would have done without you.
What will you do if Juliana finds you again?
Who?
Juliana, your ex?
Oh, her. Well, if there's one thing I've learned, if you're going to be a smartass, you have to be smart first. Otherwise, you're just an ass. But we really lucked out when Marabella tried to sing above the water. I mean, we all know that mer people can only sing beneath the water. Otherwise, it sounds like Mr. Bones trying to sing at any time.
You know, I can sing like Johnny Cash when I karaoke. In the shower. Maybe water has something to do with it.
Probably not. Thank you, Marabella, for all your help today. Are you free of your bonds now?
Well, it's a step in the right direction, but it hardly makes up for my debt to you, Captain. Poseidon has already decided that one.
Well, you know what would? Surf and turf. Broiled with butter. And then some nice scallops as a side. And that would really be something.
That is hilarious, Drake. Do you write your own material?
Yes, I do, in fact.
And I hate that cheesy smile. See you soon, Calico.
Take care.
What's the movie for next time, sir?
Jack. Next time it's another film we can't afford when we finally get around to Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's another movie we've had backlogged because of the pandemic. Or the toilet backed up, I think.
The mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day.
You believe there are such things as flying saucers, Colonel? Flying saucers, Captain, are still a rumor. We've had contact with them. Radio.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 9.
Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Have you attempted any of this plan as yet?
Yes, Excellency.
It's too bad it must be handled this way.
You see? You see? Your stupid minds! Stupid! Stupid!
My friend, can your heart stand the shocking facts about grave robbers from outer space?
Finally! You've only been promoting that one for a year.
Indeed, but it's just good enough to show on our show, for sure. Yes, Mr. Bones.
Drakey! It's me, Juliana!
Oh boy.
I've had it with this infernal thing.
I knew I'd find you, boy. You really push my buttons sometimes.
I didn't mean to push your buttons. I was just looking for mute. Mr. Bones, get us out of here.
Heading, Captain?
Reverse. Iowa. Don't care. Just push it.
Well, Captain, I can't really take a heading unless you tell me the heading.
Mr. Bones, unless your name is Google, stop acting like you know everything. Now step on
Captain,
it.
I can't really take a heading unless you point.
Faster, Mr. Bones, faster.
Mr. Bones, zombies eat brains, but I think you are safe.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you both, but we'd both be
Would
wrong.
it help if I got out and pushed?
Drakey, wait up!
Faster, Mr. Bones, faster.
When people ask me why I'm so quiet around them, I just tell people you can't plan a murder out loud.
I know you love me. I can send you a longboat over in no time.
Ugh, I hate that cat.
Arr, it's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse takes your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the Swashbuckler's Haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
Oh, no. I took care of it. Why is my throat so incredibly dry?
Arr, it's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the swashbuckler's haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures.
You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording.
This weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?
Arr, we asked, and you responded.
We're sorry we're not home right now. We thank you for your call. We are such merry people. We love you one and all. Please leave your name and phone number. We'll call you back with luck. But if you should hang up too soon, go take a flying.
Hi, sorry I missed you. Just leave a message.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Get your Dead and Buried Treasures merchandise at redbubble.com with the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. T-shirts, travel mugs, hoodies, blankets, phone cases, and much, much more. You too can even take a shower with Captain Calico Drake with a shower curtain.
This is ridiculous. How is this even possible?
That's redbubble.com and use the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. So what are you waiting for? You too can be as cool as a pirate.
Yes, of course.
That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures. Redbubble.com.
That I thought I would dabble in the art world myself.
That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures.
They'll no doubt want to pay top dollar for me service.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
Hi, Decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, that is embarrassing at age 7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yarr! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yarr!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
Check out Phoenix Comics and Toys and get your one-of-a-kind custom horror host figurines made exclusively by Rob Fleck. That's right, oh, you can find hosts like the Keymaster, Mummy and the Monkey. I just love that name. Mr. Lobo, or even Carlos Borloff's Monster Madhouse. That's right, kiddies. You can order them on Facebook or on eBay. Anytime, kiddies. Tell him your bony little friend, the Crypt Keeper, sent you. It won't get you a discount, but it might get you killed.
Arr, we asked, and You responded.
Hey guys, I was just calling to tell you that I'm a really big fan of your show. Me and my friends watch it every Saturday night, and we are absolutely in love with all the monster movies that you talk about, and especially that they're from like the 50s, 60s, you know, the older movies. That's what we like about the show so much. We especially like your parrot Jack. He's always making us laugh, and it's just a very enjoyable show that we like to watch every Saturday. So I was just calling to give you my feedback, and I hope you continue to make more great shows. Thank you.
Hi, I just thought I'd call and tell you I am enjoying your monster movies. They're great. And also, I love Drake. Hope to see more of you. Bye.
Hey, this is Saul Cummel from Pittsburgh. I just want to tell you guys, I really love Dead and Buried's Treasure Show. I love all the old monster movies. It really takes me back to when I was a kid, and now I'm able to tell my friends, you know, you guys got to check this show out, and it'll bring back so many memories for you. Let me tell you, too, Calico Drake is hilarious. Although I tell you what, Jack really makes the show. He just busts Calico Drake every chance he gets, and I love it. Keep up the good work, guys. I will be shanghaied into your crew as long as the show is on. Thanks very much.
Hey, man, I think your show's kind of groovy. Bucket of Blood is what it is, man. What it is. Got that beatnik thing to it, and I just love it. Groovy, man, groovy. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. Okay, talk to you later.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.